I don't like that fight. You know, it's a hard one, man. It's a hard one to predict Adrian Broner. Who knows? Who knows what kind of emotional state he's gonna be in? You know, how ready he's gonna be, how bad he wants it. I love this fight for Broner, though. I really, 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 really love this fight for Broner because he's fighting an older Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny Pacquiao has always been a beatable fighter, somebody to, even if you don't beat him, you can compete with him, right? I feel like, you know, a lot of people have competed with Manny Pacquiao. I think Adrian Broner is also going to compete quite well against Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao being a southpaw and Adrian Broner's #1 asset is that straight right hand. That can play a big role that night. It's the #1 weapon against all southpaws with right-handed fighters, and that's his best punch, you know? And we know Floyd utilized it. It was one of Floyd's best punches as well. But as Manny being a southpaw, for me, it's just really up to AB. He is the younger fighter. I think he can be in superior strength and conditioning if he's up for it, and be prepared to do something that he would not be able to do otherwise, which is finally put respect back on his name, you know? And people can be like, well, Manny was old, and that's like the only thing they're gonna be able to say. Like, what else are they gonna be able to say? They can't say nothing else, you know? And he's gonna be like, and I'll still beat him. And we got paid, AB, about Billy's, blah, you know? Yeah. You know, so at the end of the day, man, I mean, this is just a tremendous opportunity for that man in his fight, in his career right now. And if I was him, I would step up to the plate and I would play ball and I would be trying to hit a home run, baby.
Keith, knowing that you're an undefeated fighter, knowing that you're an undefeated fighter, when was the last time you actually lost in anything? Sports, a chess match, like when was the last time you actually lost in anything?
Yeah, it was probably a chess match.
Really? Against who? I mean, no.
Shit, that's a good one, man. That chess match was so long ago.
Beat you in Street Fighter.
Huh? Nope. I haven't lost a Street Fighter yet. No.
I'll put money on it.
No.
Who do you like to use in Street Fighter? Who's your favorite character?
I don't know. Which Street Fighter? I don't know. It's been a long time I played. Which one? All of them? It depends, you know. I enjoy Akuma with that whole like air hado, the whole and the dive kick, you know, and the Raging Demon, bro. The Raging Demon, you know, just light him up.
All right, you guys are going. You're right up.
What's your influence on Ricardo Graham as far as you helping him in the gym and mentoring him?
He's just one of the young fighters that's still amateur. But what I love about Ricardo is that he listens to what I say. He picked up some technique, some very simple, basic technique, and it looks like he's been boxing for 5 years. And the kid hasn't been boxing for 5 years yet, you know? So I'm just very proud of that. I'm always proud when these fighters listen to the advice that I give because I'm trying to take care of that learning curve. You know, it takes a lot of time to learn the sport of boxing, but if you listen to an expert, you can simplify things and get there quicker, right? Like 13 years after boxing, I went back to my jab, you know? Literally, I went back to the fundamentals and I had to relearn how to throw a jab because ultimately I never had an effective jab. I never had a scoring jab. My jab was always a rangefinder for my right hands and my left hooks, okay? So I really wanted to change that and establish, to make myself more well-rounded. Whatever you're good at, know that you're good at that, but you need to focus on what you're not good at. Like, I'll watch kids in the gym, watch them do their shadow boxing. 1 round goes by, 2 rounds go by. I'll be like, you know, in 2 rounds, you never threw 1 right hook to the body. You know, in 2 rounds, you never threw 1 uppercut, the left or the right, you know? I mean, that's 6 minutes, and there's 3 punches that you haven't thrown, so you're limiting yourself, you know? I'm just trying to get them to understand that they need to attack from all angles. And I look forward to actually working with him when I get back because I told him I figured out what kind of fighter he is. Every fighter's a little different, right? Some people are power guys. Some people have that right hand, and you can just tell them, like, look, man, believe in that right hand, boy, because believe that like you believe in God, boy. You know, that's a right hand to trust, you know? And there's fighters like that. You got fighters, they need to trust their left hook. You got fighters that throw punches and bunches and things like that. And right now, that's the kind of fighter Ricardo is. I told him, you're a combination fighter. So I told him to watch my Zabik fight, where the first time I went 12 rounds, me and Dan, in preparation for that fight, I was throwing 125 punches on the mitts every round for 12 rounds, okay, on average. So I told him that's the kind of style that you seem to be developing, and it's a good style, but you need to know your style and how to perfect that style to get those W's.
Keith, you mentioned